Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage, Pat Shea.
Hi, everybody. Okay, we're on to our final interview, and I am so excited to bring out on stage a woman who made history 4 weeks ago by becoming the first female mayor of the city of Nashville. Please join me in welcoming Mayor Megan Barry.
It is so good to see you.
Good to
This
see
is
you.
so fab.
This is so much.
This is
Oh, I want you on the
great.
side.
Okay, I will go anywhere Pat tells me
They
to.
already said that was the better camera shot.
Ah,
So, Megan, we're here tonight to talk about money.
yes.
And for those of you who don't know, this woman, as mayor of Nashville, is responsible for a $2 billion budget.
Yes.
So you must know a lot about money.
Well, I have learned a lot about money,
Yes.
and I think it's really important. And one of the things that I did in my education was after I got my undergraduate degree is I went on and got a master's in business and spent a lot of time learning about finance.
And what a great background for a mayor. Because so much of our money is spent every single day to run this city and make it
Yes.
the city.
It is, that's right.
So let me take you way back. What was your first job? What did you do for the first paycheck?
So I babysat.
Yes.
But then when I had an employer that was a much more structured employer, it was when I actually worked in food service. And I worked in a cafeteria, and I was the hostess and the bus girl, and every morning I had to come to work early to make the strawberry pie. And I had to take the strawberries, and I had to take my little spoon and dig out the stuff, but it was great because there was a lot of whipped cream and a lot of strawberries. It was delicious. That was my first job.
One of the benefits of working in a restaurant was the food, I
It
have
was.
to
It was
admit.
great. It was
I
good.
was a mighty fine waitress for a
Yes.
long time.
Yes, yes.
So who taught you about money? How did you learn about saving?
Well, it was always just a family value. And my parents and my grandparents were always focused on making sure that we were saving for something. We were saving for a new car, we were saving for a college education, we were saving for retirement. That was always the conversation around the dinner table. So saving was just part of the deal.
Well, when you were in Metro Council, that was a theme I heard from you frequently.
Yes.
The rainy day fund, making sure the city
right.
had what it needed for an emergency.
That's right.
And I'm sure it's something you'll carry into this term as mayor.
I think so.
That's great.
Absolutely. Thank
That's
you.
great. So we just got done a section on planning and how important it is to sort of establish a plan, a realistic plan, and take steps. So when you decided to be mayor, a lot of politicians we see on television, they have a lot of money, they just fund their own campaign. That wasn't the case for you,
That was
it?
not my luxury, no.
So tell us how you decided to run for mayor and then how you raised the money necessary.
Sure, and I think it's good to understand that whenever you're starting with an endeavor, that oftentimes there's a price tag associated with it, so you need to know what you need. And we did a lot of analysis to say, what kind of a campaign can we run? Well, we can run a Cadillac campaign, we can run a Honda campaign, or we can run a Kia. And all three of those we think will hit our goals. But if we can raise the minimum to do this, we think we'll be able to do this. And if we raise more, we'll be able to do more. But we absolutely had a plan, and we planned for that. And we raised and spent over $2 million.
How long did that take to raise that kind of money?
The first million took a year and a bit.
Whoa.
And the second million took about 10 minutes after I got into the runoff.
That's great.
Well, a little longer, more like 3 weeks.
Most importantly, it was an effective campaign.
It was an effective campaign. And you talked about the fact that a lot of people get into politics and the first thing they do is write them a personal check. I will tell you the best part about going out and having to raise money is you get other people to believe in you.
Yes.
And when they write you a check, they bolster what you're doing, and that momentum carries you forward.
That belief in your leadership of this city.
Yes.
I think I'm excited that you're here, and I have loved every panelist, but I want every young woman in this audience to know that you could grow up to be the mayor.
That's right.
And that's so important.
That's right.
No glass ceilings.
No glass
ceilings. No glass slippers.
No, and I was back after you said that in our first conversation, and I cannot tell you how much that stuck with me. I think that is absolutely the way that young women need to think. And you are dependent for yourself. And my mom always believed and raised us to say, you have to have an education that provides you a career. So my undergraduate degree was in elementary education. My sister was a nurse. My other sister was a social worker. We all walked out of college with something to go to work. And I think I went on to do different things, but it was really nice to have that grounding.
It is. Do you know what age you were when you decided you were going to be the mayor of Nashville?
About 2 years ago.
And you were like 36, right?
Right. You can still do fabulous things in your 50s.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. So one of the questions we've asked every single person is if you could go back and talk to your younger self and give some advice and wisdom about money and about your career, what would you tell yourself? And really, what would you tell all the young girls that are here and mothers and mentors?
I would tell them that when you spend $1, make sure it's $1 that you really want to spend. I have clothes and shoes and purses in my closet that I don't really think I needed. And I didn't need to spend that money. And if I had taken those dollars and put them into an investment or some other component, I would have seen a much better return on those dollars.
Oh, that's great advice. That is really great advice. Every single dollar matters.
It does.
Especially when you're getting started, because money does create money, and so
It does.
have that base there really is important. Any other wisdom, any other information you want to share with this group tonight?
Well, I just think that I'm so excited that you're learning so early that money matters and that having money will make your life a whole lot easier. And it will open the doors for you that you want to open. But don't forget, anytime you open a door, reach back and pull somebody else through that door.
Thank you. That's great advice.
This is like great.
I am so grateful that you made time. So Mayor Berry was here in the beginning, had to go back to her office and work, and then come back, and I bet you have more work to do tonight.
I do.
So I am so grateful. And I just have to brag because Mayor Berry was also a former board member of the YWCA. So
And
thank you for that service.
Thank you
as
so
well.
much, Pat. Thank
It is
you.
my
Thank
pleasure.
you.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, darling.
Oh,
That's so awesome.
You're such a